Yeah, I know what you're thinking. This isn't a movie.
It is
What
a
are you guys
movie.
doing?
It's
What are
one of
you
the
guys
best movies ever, and it's
doing?
amazing.
But no, we're doing something very special tonight. We're doing, well, which is really a theme park attraction, which is Captain EO. This is where it
Excuse
gets
me.
controversial.
No. This was not a theme park attraction. This was the theme park attraction, okay? This was the only way you could get people into Epcot Center in the late 80s, all right?
Yeah.
Just to say,
Yeah.
hey, you want to learn science? You want to learn about oil and how it's made with a bunch of old dinosaur robots? You want to see Michael Jackson? Woohoo! Yes, absolutely. We want to see Michael Jackson.
If you weren't one of the privileged few in their childhood to get to see Captain EO, like this man next to me, you're like the rest of us.
I saw it 3 times. I saw it 3 times.
Well, you're like the rest of us who knew of it, but really knew nothing more. The only clips we got to see was maybe on Entertainment Tonight. And that was it. That's all we got to see. And even
I'm just trying to picture Australian Entertainment Tonight. It's like, oi, take a look at this. This is something you'll never get to see. Look at this. Look how amazing this is. And it's in 3D. You'll never see it. Never see it.
Oh, no,
Go
man.
outside and punch a koala. You'll never see it.
No. John Tash was my man. We got the American Entertainment Tonight.
Oh,
Australia Entertainment Tonight is, look, Jono's super drunk. He's about to punch a kangaroo.
Oh, isn't that Aussie Man Reviews?
Yeah, that is.
Take a look at this guy. He's about to shoot electricity out his hands. And oh my God, she's beautiful now.
He's done well. But that wig sewed into the baseball cap, it doesn't convince anybody, mate. He's a good guy. He's really good. No, but we didn't know much of it, right? And to the fact that, I don't know how it came up a week ago, but it came up in one of our discussions that obviously I'd never seen it. And had you seen it? And you were jumping out of your skin to response. Usually this guy takes a while, but mate, he was those little dots were going at 1,000,000 miles an hour to tell us that he had been. So you're the watermark on this. Tell me about your experience on first seeing Captain EO.
Oh my goodness! So my family had been promising myself and the lesser 2 siblings a trip to Disney World forever, because we had the Disney Channel growing up, and Disney Channel back in the 80s was really nothing but a huge commercial for Disney World and Disneyland. We wanted to go now, and it would get pushed back every year. Every year, something would explode, or we needed a car, or somebody needed something removed. I don't know. But one of the main reasons I wanted to go was this right here. I wanted to see Captain EO because it was all over the Disney Channel. They had a making of special. They had all this stuff. And one of the things I remember the most is that they showed a scene from Captain EO. And it was really cool. It was him blasting people with his super magical sci-fi music energy and turning them into like his backup dancers, basically enslaving the people who were already slaves. And then the whip monsters come out. Whoosh, whoosh. And I just remember they showed that entire scene up until the point when he can't turn them into his own little musical slave. So he runs away and the thing comes down and he turns around. He's like, and then it cuts off. He goes, if you want to see the rest of it, you'd better go to Disney World right now. That's right. Go to your parents and scream. Hold your breath. Have a starvation strike. You need to go to Disney World and you need to go now. And so, yeah, I was beside myself because I wanted to know, how did Michael Jackson get out of this situation? And it took me 4 years before we finally got there, maybe 3, I don't know, but I got there and waited in line for 2 hours, I think, to see this film. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. You want to know what wasn't worth it? World of Energy. That place sucked and I'm glad it's gone.
I'm assuming it's a massive screen, a big theater, the whole thing. I've obviously been to Epcot Center either, so it's massive. Yeah, it's huge.
Yes.
Okay. And what you were talking about, I think the documentary special that you'd seen on TV was called Captain EO Backstage and was hosted by Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes, it was.
There you go. What's interesting about this film, though, is who's behind it and who made this thing.
Yes.
So I watched a little documentary after I watched Captain EO, and what was fun about that was apparently Michael Jackson went, "I'm only going to do it." They spoke to him, and they knew he was a big fan of the part. If either Steven Spielberg or George Lucas will be involved. They couldn't get Spielberg; he was busy. But Georgie was already doing stuff, so he was keen to get on board.
Well, I'm not really doing anything, I guess. Michael Jackson wants me to do something. Okay. I was planning on doing pottery tonight, but I suppose if Michael Jackson wants me to do something, okay.
Yep. And then he rings his good friend Francis. Francis, can you come and do I got a little movie I want you to direct. I'm really busy. And he gets Francis Ford Coppola, Apocalypse Now, the Godfather Francis Ford, signs off to do this little film with Michael Jackson.
Jackson.
So you've got top tier quality behind him, including the orchestral score, which was done by one of our faves, James Horner.
He was an underappreciated talent, and I miss him every day because he always snuck a little bit of that into every score that he did.
Oh, yeah. And it's in this score as well.
Yeah, I call it the Enterprise flourish.
Yeah. So, and I wonder, I didn't find anything about the puppets, but they seem very Jim Henson-like.
I don't know if they were. They did look Jim Henson-like. You know what? I am investigating right now. Let's see.
But either way, I mean, it's a lavish production. It's lavish. I think they said it was, at the time, the most expensive film ever made for that runtime of 20 minutes.
I believe it because you can, unlike The Acolyte, you can see the budget on screen. Yes, he went there.
Those AR walls are expensive. Either way,
they're shooting on location. Oh my
God. That's the problem with Acolyte. It's like it looks like a set. Like every close-up, mid-shot, everything, total set, and then you see the AR wall to give it depth, and you go. Anyway, nevertheless, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this film here. And I'll tell you what, for someone who had only watched it the other day, Michael Jackson really shines in this. Really shines in this. And you forget, Jace, that Michael Jackson in 1986 is at peak godlike status, right? This is post-Thriller album. This is before the Bad album. This is the man could do no wrong. There was music artists. They were the top of the tree. And then there's Michael Jackson. I mean, he was it.
Just kind of above them in like a Christ pose going, I'm proud of you all. Yeah, he
absolutely
he was. I'm going to say this. I'm kind of surprised that Michael Jackson didn't branch out into movies because he definitely had the talent to do it. I could easily see him doing a musical, for example, or I don't know, even just like
he did.
Yeah, but I mean, like good music.
Further on,
yeah. Diana Ross ruined that movie. Anyway,
poor Diana.
I'll forgive her one day. But yeah, I'm just surprised that Michael Jackson never became a bigger star, and I think a lot of it was that I think he had unrealistic expectations. I know that one of the he had two parts he always wanted to play. And whenever I say, I'm going to say one, and everybody's going to go, of course, Peter Pan. Michael Jackson always wanted to play Peter Pan. The second one, Spider-Man. Spider-Man would have been interesting.
And early 80s Spider-Man.
Swinging through New York going,
I'd be down for that. What you're talking about, though, is his line deliveries in this, isn't it? He has to deliver some lines under pressure in action scenes, and he has to kind of emote, and he does it really well. I was sold on it too. But you can't forget Moonwalker. Let's not forget Moonwalker here.
I've never seen Moonwalker.
Oh, you should check out Moonwalker. That's
I've heard it's really good. I've just never seen it.
It is really good. It is really good. But you know what's surprising? I had a lot of fun with this. Yes, it's a time and a place, and I can see why they shut it down in the early 90s because it was getting to a point where it was aging out. But however, even though I got to see it on a flat 2D screen, it was a lot of fun. It moves at a quick. It's strange. It even gives me a bit of Terry Gilliam vibe at some points. But everyone seems to be having a blast, including Angelica Houston.
Oh my goodness,
who is just wonderful,
fabulous, just
as the ball queen.
One of my greatest memories of seeing this movie in the Epcot Center Theater, A Journey into Imagination in 3D, is when the Supreme Leader shows up and she does this to the camera. Because every time she did this, all the children would go, it was so great. Just her.
I don't really have a great show. It's hard to get some good images of this.
Looks like a Pepsi commercial.
It really does.
She's going to come down. She's going to, you're on my
here we go.
I've come to give you a gift. Have a Pepsi.
Look at that. Look at somebody who's been watching Alien too much. The makeup.
Oh, I know. It's like the Borg Queen and H.R. Geiger had a baby. But you know what? It looks really, and I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm going to say somebody who put together First Contact saw this movie and thought, hey, you know what? Would make a really good Borg Queen.
Well, they should have stole the idea of how to get rid of the Borg from this film, where Michael Jackson turns them into dancers with really good stylized hair.
Well, Picard could have broken out that flute and just. The Borg come out of the wall. They snatch the flute away from him. Give me that! Don't ever play this again.
So
that's why they don't let me write movies.
Look at that photo. You can tell George hates being in all photos.
I'm dying on the inside. I'm just dying on the inside right now. I'm going to make a character named Jar Jar. Everybody's going to hate just because of this one moment.
Our friend actually put that in, said that apparently at one point Michael Jackson was going to be Jar Jar Binks. I don't buy it. It's a nice little story, but wow.
Okay, I could see Michael Jackson doing mocap for Jar Jar Binks. Excuse me, I'm getting a little drunk.
Yeah.
I could see him doing mocap. I could see him maybe doing the voice, but like actually appearing on screen, I don't see it. Now, I have all these different scenarios playing in my head right now, Misa Jar Jar Binks. Misa going to be your best friend.
Hey, look,
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Don't be a Sith. Annie, okay?
I want to give a props out to one of these bigger shots, right? Because there's the shot where the band is playing, and it's a one shot, right? So Michael Jackson's in frame. We've got all the characters, and everybody's moving at once. Now, anyone who is into films, can you imagine what had to take place for that to be timed out the way it was? You would have had dozens of puppeteers, special effects people, the whole thing. It's really impressive.
MJ loved his cinematography, choreography, cinematography, choreography. One of the two. He loved it. He loved that choreography.
They were married together in this. This is a lot of fun. I mean, it's what's disappointing thing about it was it's the shortness of it. Because I feel like we watched like a third of the movie or the opening, the first act. We saw a first act of a movie. And I would love to have seen what would have happened next because it had this real charm about it. Yeah, it's influenced by everything that come before it. But I wanted to see more.
I did too. And I wouldn't have minded seeing a feature-length Captain EO. I think it could have worked. But who knows? Maybe this is one of those things that's best taken in small doses, maybe like Michael Jackson himself. Short, fleeting glimpses and experiences and then gone. Just like that. Well, until you go and wait another hour to go back into the theater to watch it again.
And you saw it 3 times. You went 3 different occasions.
I went 3 different times, not all on the same trip. I think I saw it twice in 92, and then I saw it once in 94 because we went there on my senior trip. And I dragged my friends like, you got to see Captain EO. I don't want to see Captain EO. You're going to see Captain EO. I don't want to see. You're going to see Captain EO.
Well, you would have seen it in its last days then, because I only think it had about a year or two before it got pulled. Because this thing debuted in '86, apparently. So it definitely got its run on the screen. I don't know what ended up replacing it. You probably tell me.
I do. Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, which in itself was not a bad show, because I saw that one too, and I thought it was very charming. Certainly not the experience that Captain EO was, but in it, Dr. Wayne Selinsky from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, played by the ever-talented and hugely missed Rick Moranis. Rick, I hope you're out there listening to this. We love you. We want you back. He's doing a demonstration on stage. All the actors are like actor size, so it looks like a live thing. And then he accidentally shoots the audience, and next thing you know, the audience is itty bitty, and all these people are looming over. Oh, honey, I shrunk the audience. And it was a cute thing. You know, at one point the dog picks you up and walks around with you, and then sneezes on you, and everybody gets sprayed with water. So there was a little bit of 4D effect. There was a couple of 4D effects in Captain EO too, but nothing huge. I think they sprayed some fog out into the audience after the spaceship crashes. But yeah, I just love this. I love this little short film. It's just so much fun.
Well, when I said it was the most expensive, let's just put this out there. It was back then, the budget was $23.7 million for 17 minutes, which equates to $23 as $66 million, which is like, do you think they made the money back? Yeah, I think they made their money back.
I'm pretty sure they did. You know, with,
I think they did
with
right.
Merchandise and everything. Absolutely. That's one thing I really regret, is not getting the merchandise. Here we go. It ran until 1997. So I was there the last couple of years.
Yeah. Fantastic. Look,
and it opened up again in February of 2010. And it doesn't say how long it ran after that, but they did it as a memorial after Michael Jackson passed away.
Very cool. Well, you know, we got a couple of original songs out of this too, songs that I hadn't heard before in this.
Yes.
The choreography was spectacular. Michael Jackson was spectacular. And now I'm even more jealous I never got to see it. I never got
As
to
you
see
should
it.
be.
Natural, intended environment, time and place. We were so poor Australians. We were too busy trying to fight off crocs and sharks and...
See, you could have done it to Michael Jackson soundtrack and just like choreographed all your fights. we are here to save the world. We're gonna save the world.
I think that would have been a hit. Anyway, in saying that, thank you for watching our little bonus episode, our off the beaten track episode of VHS Vault, where we've checked out Captain EO. If you would like to go and see Captain EO, you can't, but you can find it on YouTube to check it out.
Yeah, so you can see it. And to all the Patreons out there, I hope you enjoyed this special episode that was made just for you. Everyone else,
even though they didn't ask for it,
you had to wait a couple of weeks to see it. So, if you would like to see things early, please join our Patreon, though, because we may do this again sometime. We'll see.
We're going what? We're going to feature another ride that I didn't get to go on. Right, excellent.
We could always do Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Excited.
Shrek 4D, Terminator 2, 3D, Battle Across Time. It was amazing.
But I have seen Shrek 4D. I can give you that one. Out of all the things I could have seen, I had to see Shrek 4D.
Well, absolutely. It's a good
one. Lot in my life. It's my lot in life. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Get out of my swamp. Don't care. Hey, what is Michael Jackson's favorite thing to do when it snows?
Oh, no.
Ski!